welcome to Build Brunch, the daily morning show where we talk about the latest topics in entertainment. I'm Brittany Jones-Cooper.
I'm Shannon Coffey.
I'm Allie Colbert.
And I'm Lucas Tim. Hi, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Today we're going to talk about Armie Hammer's tribute to Timothy Chalamet, Anne Hathaway's throwback post to Julie Andrews that gave us all the feels, and the surprise casting for Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story. Plus, we'll be joined by career coach Marion E. Brooks and Below Deck stars Kate Chastain and Lee Rosbach. But first...
Shannon, hey, do you know what day it is?
It's October 3rd.
Oh!
Mean Girls fans, clap your hands, come on.
And it's Wednesday. We wear pink.
We wear pink on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or what we own that's close to pink.
This is my favorite day of the year, so I thought we could celebrate by eating some zebra cakes, because if you guys watched the show, I brought these up the other day, and Allie had no idea who Little Debbie was or what a zebra cake was. So I just thought that we should...
I'm meeting Little Debbie right now.
Sorry.
Little Debbie's sweet.
Just bite into it and let me know what you think, because this was childhood. Like,
I'm
you
gonna
go to
break
the pool
it.
in the summertime.
Ooh,
Are you gonna bite or
Thank
break?
you.
I'm gonna bite it.
I'm gonna bite it. This has all the vitamins you
God.
need. It's only 50 cents.
It's like got no calories.
Those preservatives and all the chemicals
so
in there.
good.
Oh my.
What do you think?
Oh.
It just tastes like sugar.
Yeah, so that's
here's
awesome.
my-
I'm gonna eat this whole thing.
It tastes good.
Well, you guys keep eating.
It's like a
We're gonna-
yodel.
A yodel?
Yodel.
Okay.
Have you not heard of that? Or I'll bring yodels
Is
in
that
tomorrow,
wholesome?
bitch.
I've heard of yodels. Okay,
I'm just eating this whole thing.
I'm glad that you could enjoy this though. This is like,
I get it.
I get these on a regular basis.
Can zebra cakes sponsor us? Like, this is so good.
It's so good. Little Debbie, we love you.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, moving into the show, it's official. Actor Ansel Elgort will be dancing his way into the role of Tony in Steven Spielberg's take of the iconic musical West Side Story. The Baby Driver star was selected after a nationwide casting call that attracted thousands of dancers, singers, and actors. We don't know who will be playing Maria, but production of the film will begin in summer of 2019. I want to be in America.
I like how they're like, we searched thousands of actors and landed on one of the 15 famous white men we had. It's like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah, I think they're lying to us.
you know,
what's happening.
we searched far and wide and settled on one of our white men.
Yeah.
Like, that's who we always use.
I think
use
all
these
the
guys.
supporting cast, obviously the dancers and singers, is what they maybe meant, because I'm with you. That makes no sense.
okay,
He's
yeah.
one of the only young white
Yeah.
whatever that can play
Yeah.
this role.
Well, I think, and also, then they're trying to cast an unknown to play Maria, and get this, they're actually going to use a person of, a Latina to play a Latina.
Wow, that's
It's a really big deal. It
amazing.
really is a big deal. Mhm.
That's fantastic.
I know.
Good for
Wow.
Hollywood.
I know.
Yeah.
I was in a production of West Side Story at theater camp. High stage door manor, shout out. And I remember I learned one line from the play. Hay suficientes balas en esta pistola para matarte. Para ti. Para ti. O para mí.
Wow.
And I would just stand up in Spanish class and say that out loud, and everyone was like, stop doing that.
Don't do that.
I've never seen the original movie before.
Oh,
Wow.
it's really
it's
great.
surprised. You
have
Rita
to. That's-
Moreno, Rita Moreno, she's still
Right.
living. She's an icon, but that role, she is amazing. And then there's a stage performance with Debbie Allen playing Maria. And if you guys have not
Little
seen
Debbie.
Little Debbie Allen. If you haven't seen Debbie Allen playing Maria, like, you haven't lived. I mean, she just kills this role. So what I'm trying to say is these are very, very big shoes to fill
Totally.
for these actors.
I wonder why to remake this right now. I think it's kind of interesting, and for Steven Spielberg to do it. You know, he's kind of been doing a lot of stuff like what was it? The
Ready Player One?
Ready Player One. So that was kind of interesting for him to do too. So I guess he just wants to make whatever film he wants to make.
I
and-
always feel like he kind of makes random stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, he does what he wants. I mean, he's done everything from Color Purple to, he did Forrest Gump, right?
Right.
No?
He did Hook. He did Hook.
Hook? I
Hook.
don't remember.
loved Hook.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he just chooses things that, like, speak to him. In West Side Story, again, we've seen everything get remade. So how many times have they done Romeo and Juliet a different way? You know,
Right.
just like, it's kind of time, I guess, to bring this one back.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll give some visibility to Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
That would be important. I do think it's weird when they're like, I want to live in America. And you're like, Puerto Rico is
do.
part of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just confusing. I hope we can open the dialogues to let everyone know that Puerto Ricans, we are citizens.
Yeah.
So we don't have to go through the ropes and be like, we're scared, we're American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't just sing that song. You do live in.
Yeah, I understand, but I think all they, in the film and in the story at least, like don't always have the opportunities that or at least feel that they do, that people living on the mainland have access to, which is also a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I hope it's totally updated and that like they have cell phones also.
Well, that's
It would be cool if they did an updated version.
Yeah, that's my question. Is it a modern retelling of it? But because I mean, but the Puerto Ricans in New York, that whole neighborhood's kind of changed a lot since when West Side Story takes place. That's interesting too, if they want to speak to that as well, and also address just the political climate happening right now.
They're like, I want to live in America, and everyone is like, no, you don't.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Not now, not now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. And what do you guys think about the guy, El Gore or whatever?
Ansel.
Ansel.
Do you not know him?
I do. I just can never remember his name because it's so hard for me to pronounce.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's really talented. He was in Baby Driver, which he was great in,
And The Fault in Our Stars, right?
I think he's a cutie. I like him. He reminds me a lot of Miles Teller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I never
There's
thought
like the
about
same in my mind.
that. Yeah.
And wearing that leather jacket, he looks like the Jets, you know?
Yeah.
It looks like he's
Good
in a
actor.
street gang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I really liked him in
looks
Baby Driver.
We do?
I feel like Lucas kind of looks like him.
Smile.
Oh yeah, same.
You guys are the same.
You just need the jacket. That's all.
Yeah.
You're
I just ate a whole zebra cake. Would he eat a whole one in 30 seconds? I just
you
did.
would.
I got issues.
Well, in other news, Call Me By Your Name actor Armie Hammer honored fellow co-star Timothée Chalamet in a tribute for Variety's Power of New York list. Hammer praised Chalamet's work ethic and journey to stardom. Armie boasted, I still don't know if it was Timmy who was reborn or if it was a matter of us coming to realize exactly who he is and what he is capable of.
I just like him calling him Timmy.
I was
Like
just kidding.
I like any glimpse I can get into how actors hang out when they're just like hanging out one-on-one. Like that really makes me feel like I'm a part of their universe in a very special way. So keep calling him Timmy.
Well, it's like all the celebrities call Sandra Bullock Sandy.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm like, Sandy was so good in that movie.
Because
it's like,
his name is such a strong, like Shakespearean, like an actor's name.
Timothée.
Yeah, Chalamet. Like it's like, and then
Chalamet.
Timmy. Like it doesn't have to.
Timmy,
you don't
it's so
expect.
cute and just like I want to see what they're like alone making out. I don't know who I would rather hook up with, Armie Hammer or Timmy.
Army, any day of the week.
I just feel like he's kind of dumb.
I'm not taking offense if you're like, if you're
No,
not
I'm
gonna
just if
offend
he's
me.
watching.
I
feel that
think he is beautiful and tall and very talented.
No, I know. He's
He
just like-
seems like really on the right side of like social issues, and yeah, I think he's like a solid guy. Timothy just looks like a boy to me. I think
No,
that's
he does. But I heard Armie talking about like "Call Me by Your Name," and I heard him being like, his like recounting of the story seemed like kind of shallow to me, and it was like a turnoff.
Really? That's so funny. Was he just like, it's about like dudes boning?
Yeah. It was something along. It was like a surfer dudes. Like he was like, the guys like each other and like it's cute, man. And I was like, oh, you missed it.
There's so much.
You didn't get it.
Yeah.
You don't get the peach scene. You don't get anything. You missed
Don't
the
even
whole
get.
thing.
You did not get the peach scene.
I
No, he
know.
didn't get it.
I'm like afraid to bring it up around you.
I don't talk about the peach scene specifically because I want to respect how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
I didn't even bring it up.
Thanks.
But I really do like how much he gushed over Timmy. And I can feel like because of their friendship, you could tell that he's like gushing extra hard to almost like embarrass him because he knows he's gonna read it. I feel like you can tell that he's like writing it, thinking about him reading it.
Right.
Oh, that's fucking cute.
He does go in really deep. He's like, he's got these emotional depths that we haven't even seen the beginning of. And he really laid it on really thick. So I'm kind of seeing it your way a little bit now.
Yeah, no, Timmy seems like a really serious
Oh, you're
guy.
calling him Timmy now?
Now I'm ironic. I think it bothers him a little bit. Timmy seems like a really serious guy, like a real artiste. So
Yeah.
I was reading some other interview when he was talking about his ex-girlfriend Lourdes, Madonna's daughter, and like they haven't seen the movie yet, but she's been really supportive. But she kind of makes fun of me when she sees like my late night show appearances or whatever. So I think it's more like the
What movie? Which one hasn't she seen?
Call Me by Your Name. This is an old interview, but so I think it's more like what goes around the press, like the praise, this kind of stuff that makes him uncomfortable because he's like a real actor, real artist, and he's gonna be in that Beautiful Boy movie
the trailer for
with
that.
Steve Carell.
That looks so
already
good.
getting Oscar buzz. It's an Amazon movie, so it's gonna be out on Amazon too, and both of them are getting Oscar buzz for their respective
Yeah.
roles.
And
so.
he went to high school with Ansel
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
at LaGuardia High School. Isn't that
Yeah.
That's
crazy?
dope.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a rivalry.
Ooh.
Yeah, do you think Ansel's like, hey, nobody wrote about me.
Right.
Nobody said I was amazing and deep.
don't even know what movie that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am excited though for the Beautiful Boy movie, and actually we have Timothy and Steve Carell coming into build next week. So I'm excited to like see them like sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, because it seems like it's a really heavy topic, and I love seeing Steve Carell in those really serious roles. Like I think he nails it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm okay because it has been confirmed they are doing a sequel to Call Me by Your Name, and I
they are?
am not totally.
Wait. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they
it's
are.
confirmed,
It's
yeah.
confirmed. It's kind of so. I've not read the book, but I know there's a portion of the book they do not include in the movie, and I just thought because they wanted to tell the story and wrap in a certain way, which I thought was very powerful, the way they ended in the movie. So I am not sold on them doing a sequel. That's
I
because
hate that.
I hate it too because I
that.
think what's powerful about the movie is you don't ever know if they ever see each other again. It kind of leans to the fact I believe they will never see each
What
other
the
again.
hell? What's a sequel?
The sequel says in the end of the book they see each other again. Armie Hammer eventually has a family, but they see each other again. And the director Luca, whatever his name, I can't pronounce his Italian last name, but said that they will be traveling. It takes place a lot on the East Coast of America in the early '90s, late '80s, like. And he's working on it, and apparently they're both signed on. That's what this interview said.
No.
I think what
No.
they should do instead is release the Call Me By Your Name with a different choose your own endings.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could just choose like they're together.
Oh, I
and
love
they're
that.
out of the closet and they're gay and they're loving it and they just together.
Yeah, so at the fireplace,
together.
so the scene when he goes, before Armie Hammer leaves, like, option A, he stays.
Yeah.
They live together and raise a family in Italy. B, he leaves and goes back to America. Like, you just choose.
And you can see the number of views and B has 0 views. No one's ever watched
100%,
it.
it's like Instagram poll, 100%. He
They
stays.
can't end up together in the sequel, so the sequel's just another couple hours of
They
fun.
could end up
Exactly.
together in the
No,
sequel.
May-
that would be such a
No.
disrespect to the book.
I know. I
And
just
I
said that
agree.
to make you mad too.
And
But you did it! It's more torture. I don't need another like 2 hours of them torturing,
It was perfect.
telling
It
us
was
that they're not
I
together.
100% agree with you. It's the same ending.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe be a little bit different, but it's going to be the same
Wow,
ending.
you just ruined my morning.
Yeah,
It
Alex
was
really
all on
having
our
a hard
note
time
cards.
with
We
it.
all knew this.
Yeah, well,
I didn't read the note cards.
Moving on, today's job market is competitive and flooded with ambitious college grads, all fighting for the same positions. But our next guest knows a thing or two about standing out from the crowd. Marion E. Brooks is a global business leader and entrepreneur with over 20 years of experience coaching the next generation of entrepreneurs. Today, he's sharing his tips for success in his new book, What You Don't Know Is Hurting You: 4 Keys to a Phenomenal Career. Everyone, please put your hands together for Marion E. Brooks.
If it's not in the article, I don't read the note cards.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lucas.
Marion, nice to meet you.
Thanks for joining us.
Go this way, okay.
Welcome to the
Hi,
table.
how are you?
Thanks for
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
All right.
So we all need help with our careers. So I'm happy you're here. I get to go through the book a little bit, and a lot of things jumped out at me. But first, I want to know why now? Why did you feel like now is the time to write this book for you?
So for me, it was about granting access to everyone to the information that the chosen few usually only receive. So in corporate America or in business in general, only 5% of people are considered high potentials. And they get access to information, training, and support that the other 95% of people don't get. I was one of those high potentials early in my career. Now I'm an executive coach, so I want to share with everyone so everyone has equal opportunity to grow.
And for you, speaking to millennials, what is something that you can tell them to get into that high potential category?
The key thing I think for millennials is to focus on emotional intelligence. So there's an equation that 80% of success is based on emotional intelligence or EQ, and only 20% is IQ. So there are a lot of smart people out there, but not a lot of emotionally intelligent people. So I say it this way, IQ will get you hired, but EQ will get you promoted.
Totally.
Makes
that's the
sense.
key.
That's good to hear because my IQ is not great.
And in your career personally, what has that been like? I know you came from very humble beginnings.
Yes.
And now very successful. So can you tell us more about your career and where you are today?
So I actually have been an executive in the pharmaceutical industry for the last 20 plus years. I'm an executive coach now as well. I have my own coaching practice as well as I teach workshops and keynote speaking. But it was a path that I had to build based on these 4 keys. And the opportunity is equal for all of us if we understand and get access to the information. And then the toughest part is applying it. So a lot of people get access, but everyone doesn't apply it. So I'm giving you access, now you have to do the work.
And, you know, speaking on, you know, how you actually execute all of these ideas, what is like the most common mistake that you see millennials in particular making when they're trying to land a job?
It's actually networking. So they go in and they ask people for a job versus asking for insights. So it's a thing where people show up and they feel like they're around a lot of parasites. So the key thing I tell millennials to do is to go in and do some research before you get there, identify some people you want to learn something from, and ask them for some time to get insights on how they got to where they are versus asking for a job. Once you build a relationship, people will be willing to support you and help you. But if you come in asking and trying to take all the time, you turn people off.
Yeah, and that makes sense. One thing that I've noticed is that millennials tend to switch their jobs a lot more often than at least like my parents and grandparents have done. Like I have friends who've worked at one place 2 years, the next place 1, the next place 3 years. What is your take on that and how millennials change their jobs frequently?
I think it's chasing titles and money versus skill sets and expertise. And so when you are doing that and you're jumping from job to job because you think you deserve more money or you're chasing a title, it puts you in a situation where you get to a position and you don't have the skill sets to be successful in that position. So what I say to do is focus more on skill sets and you'll get the opportunities to accelerate. And a lot of people that have been in positions because they were jumping around are failing, whereas the people who are working on their skill sets have accelerated ahead of those people.
Yeah.
So focus on technical skills versus titles.
Yeah.
And what do you think that millennials can do to really feel and know when is the right time to ask for a promotion and move forward or make a change in their career?
I think the key for that is around making sure that you are prepared for that next role. So what have you been doing? So if you can have a conversation and say, I've done this, this, and this to prepare for that role because I know this skill and these resources and these connections are important in that next position, that's when you're ready to ask for something, when you can explain what you've done to prepare for it.
One of your chapters asks people to determine whether they're a Hyundai or a Bentley.
Yes.
Obviously, self-confidence is really important. So what are some tips to really feel like a Bentley?
To feel like a Bentley. So it's believing in yourself. So showing up and telling yourself. The stories we tell ourselves is how we project. So if you go in and you say, I'm nervous, I'm not good enough, your energy says that to other people. So you have to go in and you have to self-talk. I'm prepared, I'm clear, I'm concise, I'm impactful, I belong here, and it gives you energy. Also, the power pose, right? The Superman pose or the Wonder Woman pose, it actually activates chemicals in your brain that exude confidence to other people.
Wow.
So those are 2 quick tips.
I do like making entrances, I will say. I do walk through like, I'm here! So I'll just do that now, too.
Or you can do it in the mirror. You don't have to do it in front of everybody.
Oh, I thought I do it in front of you. Oh,
Before
okay.
you get there.
As you mentioned, there are a lot of smart people with low emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Lucas is just one of them.
Yep.
What would be the biggest thing you would tell yourself at 25 if you could go back and be like, shake yourself and be like, just know this one thing?
Be confident in my skill sets and my abilities, because I questioned myself a lot, but I was always prepared. I just didn't believe it all the time. So believe in yourself and prepare for success, and it will come.
I think that's great advice. So simple, but so hard to do for so many people. So I'm glad that we could sit down and chat with you today. Thank you, Marion, for joining us.
All right.
And be sure to pick up a copy of What You Don't Know Is Hurting You wherever books are sold.
Yep.
Give it up for Marion.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Anne Hathaway took us back to the world of foot-popping kisses and Genovian royalty with her birthday post to Julie Andrews. In her caption, Hathaway quoted Queen Rinaldi on the importance of grace, giving us all the feels in hopes that there will be a Princess Diaries 3 someday. When Access Hollywood asked Hathaway about the possibility, this was her response.
Now, Tony, I have to ask, because I'm a huge fan, and 14-year-old me will freak out if I see Princess Diaries 3?
Princess Diaries 3.
Is it happening for sure?
Yeah, maybe.
That's all I get.
That's all you get. It's as people know now, we're trying to make it happen. We don't have a green light. So I like your positivity yet. So I want it to happen. Everybody involved wants it to happen. But, you know, it's hard to get a movie made.
And it is hard to get a bad movie made.
Even harder.
Yeah, I mean, that interview is a little bit dated, but yeah, I mean, I love that she made this post because Julie Andrews is, how do I put this, a queen, an icon, a goddess, an angel. Julie Andrews is just not even a human being anymore. Maria von Trapp, Mary Poppins, she is the best. I love Julie Andrews. Maria von Trapp's my girl. No surprise, Sound of Music was my favorite movie growing up.
Maria von
freestyle
Trapp
rapping
is
about Julie Andrews right now.
Yeah, Maria von Trapp. How to Stop Like Maria? I can do that whole movie another time can reenact that whole movie. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to see Emilia Thanopoulos Rinaldi back on screen.
I don't at all. The first movie was amazing. I love the first one. The second one was hard to get through, but I was there for the ride.
Excuse me?
The third one is unnecessary.
Raven Simone as Princess of Africa?
Yeah, just the whole continent.
Singing some song that's like auto-tuned with Julie Andrews? How is that not excellent?
On like a airplane slide downstairs.
Yes.
It was just so
The
silly.
first one was so good.
The first one was because it was so unexpected and such an original story.
It's like Legally Blonde.
Yes.
Both of the first, like, in those series are so good, and the second one you're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Remember when,
I was so sad that Robert Schwartzman wasn't in the second one. He's the guy that she's friends with, that she falls in love with at the end.
Cutie.
And then he was never there again.
Why? What? He's too busy to do it?
Well, no, because she like moved to Genovia to be princess, and she had to remember the plot was she had to find a prince, so he had to be of royal blood.
Was he too busy to do the film?
No, they didn't ask, they didn't ask him back. They're like, let's get some model to play her boyfriend.
on.
Which is rude.
Well, we know how royal families work, guys. You know how I feel about it, and you have to be royal to get married into. So they had to.
That's
get
not
rid of her.
true.
You know, how iconic is that scene that when she's at lunch with her grandmother the first time, she's like, shut up. Shut up! I beg your pardon. I didn't say anything or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I just love when you go into character. I just like.
Or I love the scene
like
with.
I like when she's eating the ice cream or something, and it's like not ice cream, but she thinks it is, and it's like, she's like, oh, it's spicy. What was that scene? Does anyone know?
I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
I know, yeah.
Or she's running across the grass. Get off the grass, and they say it in different languages
That's
or whatever.
great. The best is, I mean, that's like one of the most iconic makeover montages.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, it's just so satisfying seeing someone become pretty. Chisel away at the ugly.
But I really love those bushy eyebrows and her frizzy hair. I kind of liked her when she was ugly.
Yeah. Well, that's in now again, though. It's like the
Yeah.
bushy eyebrows and the
Not,
bushy hair.
not the way it was for her.
I love how ugly she was.
Isn't the same guy who was like the butler the same guy that was in Pretty Woman as like this guy?
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
Or-
he's also in
The driver.
Yeah, the driver.
He's also in Runaway Bride, as well as her coach is also in Runaway Bride. The two of them have been in multiple movies together,
Yes.
and they do little buddy things.
And then remember this? Remember this scene at the beach? So when Mandy Moore of This Is Us before This Is Us was singing "Stupid Cupid" or whatever,
Yes.
and then she's changing, and they topple the changing room, and then the
Wait,
gym,
literally?
the gym coach comes out of nowhere, and like blows a whistle, like,
Yeah.
and then Mia's crying.
Wait, is that number one or number two?
Number one.
I like how
Okay,
we're just like verbally saying the plot of the Princess
We
Diaries.
talked about
It opened San Francisco, 2003.
Mandy Moore was so hot in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stupid Cupid.
Yeah.
I was like, you could call me stupid.
She's such a good mean girl, too, which you wouldn't think, but Mandy Moore makes a great
Yeah.
mean girl.
It's like the Taylor Swift look. It's like these wholesome looking girls that say the shadiest stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
to me, you would think she's kind of bitchy. Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa, snaps from
Someone
the
was just
audience.
like,
See, formation.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So would you guys see the third one if it came out then?
yeah, I'm
You have
obviously
to
gonna see it.
Yeah. You have
See,
to
I don't think I would.
Oh, I would.
I think enough is enough. I won't see Legally
Excuse me.
Blonde.
Wow.
I will not
This
see
is where you
Legally
put your
Blonde
foot
3
down.
either. I won't. It's
Okay.
just enough is enough.
But don't you think if Reese Witherspoon is producing that one, that there's a chance that she might make up for the second one?
I agree.
Don't you,
you make a
think?
good case.
Because
No,
when she's producing things, I feel like she has more creative control, and I feel like Reese, she's got it.
And she does produce these very like strong female projects that
Right.
are okay. I'll think about it.
Okay,
I'll wait till the
just
trailer's
consider it.
released if this ever happens.
Because that one, she's probably, if you know the end of the sequel, she looked at the White House and winked. So maybe in
But
this.
that's not a funny storyline anymore.
I know it's not because yeah.
It's not funny. It's like, you used to be encouraging that anyone can be president. Now it's terrifying.
Yes, exactly.
But she went to Harvard.
She did go to Harvard Law.
She's qualified.
Yeah, she could, if she actually became a senator, like she would be qualified, and it would be cool to have.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Just because she's blonde doesn't mean that she can't be president.
Well,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm standing up for blonde girls all around the world.
yeah. Hillary's really right behind you with that one. And now it's time for our next guest. Captain Lee Rosbach and Kate Chastain are stars of the hit Bravo reality series Below Deck, which follows the lives of crew members who work and reside aboard a mega yacht during charter season. Season 6 is already full speed ahead with more above-deck demands and below-deck drama as the crew set sail to the crystal clear waters and black sand beaches of Tahiti. Let's take a look.
Tahiti's a brand new playground. Remote, exotic.
Fire dancing and flower crowns. We are not in the Caribbean anymore.
This is the most beautiful place I've seen in my life.
This is perfection.
You guys are amazing. Thank you. Mwah.
So she is breastfeeding. Can we put the breast milk somewhere in like a freezer?
Oh, here we go.
We need a bigger Tupperware.
Chicken is what poor people eat.
You're not wrong.
Do you mind just clearing off this nightstand?
Oh, I didn't even see it. Oh. You have a steward, Josiah.
Women are the worst charter guests. Look how messy it is.
This is great.
Yeah! Somebody's birthday?
You're gonna sit across from me.
Don't play with my crotch.
I have nothing against hooking up with your coworkers.
Ashley and Riley are gonna have sex like two crocodiles fighting.
Chandler, Caroline?
She is obsessed with Chandler.
Can I have another bite?
If I don't get laid soon, we're gonna have a problem.
So how far did you get last night?
Oh, yeah.
We running around like chickens without a head. I don't like to micromanage, but I will.
I'm also a boat captain.
You could fire anyone.
I heard what you were saying.
That's who Kate and Josiah are, mean girls. You speak to me condescendingly one more time, I'm taking it to captain.
Take it to him right now.
She's not getting better. She's almost getting worse.
If I have to solve your problems, what do I need you for?
It's like the Hunger Games.
You don't know what just happened.
I just got my ass chewed out by Captain.
We can fire her, or I'll quit.
I'm not gonna be dealing with this attitude.
Yes, sir.
I don't need this.
This is the most shocking thing that's ever happened to me.
I can say whatever the I want to say.
I would just stop.
I think the time has come. I've decided to make the split.
They told me to tell you you have 1 hour and you're leaving.
Man overboard.
What?
Kick it off now.
Get the light crank.
Oh! I need a minute.
Everyone, please give a warm Bill Brunch welcome to Captain Lee Rosbach and Kate Chastain. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Before we talk about the show, let's address the milkshakes in the room. Thank you. Can you explain why we have these beautiful treats?
Well, they're key lime flavored because we are on Below Deck, which is usually shot in tropical locations. And it's brunch, so let's have a milkshake.
Wow, that's good.
And it's a partnership with
A big gay milkshake.
Yeah.
Because he's big and I used to be gay.
That's a perfect partnership. Way to synergize.
That's
And
really
I believe
good.
actually,
It's really good.
is our audience getting
Our
some
audience
too?
is also
Yeah.
getting some
They
They
milkshakes
are.
right now.
They're
How are
getting
they,
some
guys?
milkshakes.
Good?
You're welcome. But let's talk about this show. I'm a big fan of Below Deck. I watched the premiere last night. Congratulations, season 6.
you.
That is a huge, huge deal. For those who, for some reason, have not watched the show, can you just explain the background and what it's about?
The show basically follows the lifestyle and the working machinations of the crew that live below deck, while all of the beautiful people live above deck.
Yeah.
And so it's a working crew.
I mean, I'm hungover, but we're cute too.
Well, of course you are.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, when you work together, you live together, you eat, sleep, drink, party,
Right.
24/7.
I remember when it came out, Andy kept saying it's like Downton Abbey, but basically it's like Downton
On
Abbey
water.
on water with more sex and drinking. Season 6 started off with a bang. You guys had some already incredible one-liners. I think their souls belong to Jesus, but their asses belong to me.
And they do.
And they do. So season 6 is an entirely new crew besides you guys. Can you
Right.
talk about any sort of surprises that we're in for with this whole new crew of very, let's say, interesting people?
There's strong personalities. It's probably my dream team of Below Deck cast. Not because they're all perfect, but because they're all interesting.
Yeah.
But I think they're very experienced. It's our most experienced crew
They
to
are,
date.
and it's nice having an international flavor to the crew.
Totally.
They're from everywhere in the world.
Absolutely.
So you get a lot of different cultures. And so when those cultures get together, they don't always mesh.
Right.
And that makes fun to watch.
Yeah, you have like there's South Africa, New Zealand, Alaska, like it's literally an all one.
Yeah, and they all make fun of each other. It's like, South Africa.
Yeah.
And who you calling cuz?
It's the most accurate yachting Below Deck season.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the show's been on for a while, but the crew changes a lot. What do you think contributes to the longevity of the show? 'Cause 6 seasons for a reality TV show is a long time.
I think part of it is the turnover of crew, because that's actually what you have in yachting. You'll finish a season, a couple of people will stay with the boat. The rest of them will move on. They'll take 6 weeks off, or they'll take a month off and stay with. If they happen to be in a great location, they'll just hang out there for a month and spend all their tips. And as soon as that's gone, they'll sign on to another boat.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a great lifestyle.
And it's a glimpse behind the door of a lifestyle most people don't get to see.
Right.
The upper 1% can only afford a yacht. So that's why I enjoyed working on yachts. And I think that's why the public enjoys getting a glimpse.
Totally.
Yeah, how much do they have to throw down to rent these boats or these yachts? Sorry.
Around $300,000 for 7 days for the boat of our size, but that does not
That gets you the
include-
boat. That doesn't get you anything else. It's if the
Service.
boat doesn't move.
And you don't eat or
and you
drink.
don't eat or drink.
Or have a crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so these people are your guests, but you want to make sure they have a good time. And I feel like, you know, we've seen a lot of partying on the show. And last night, Steve was on a jet
party
ski,
animal.
like just going for it with no vest. And you're literally like, you're gonna die. I'm responsible for your life. How do you navigate, like, you know, trying to like give them the service they paid for, like a good time, but also not letting them die? And has anyone ever died?
I mean, eventually.
I have more than once.
Yeah.
Inside, you guys,
Yeah,
inside.
it's like, oh my God. He's doing what? Where? With who?
Well, at least they show the condom in the trailer. I'm like, safe sex, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, you never know.
You don't want some of those guests making babies.
Yeah, no babies on that.
Especially with Steve, I love your commentary. You're like, I just want to like give him a pill and he passes out because I can't do it anymore. But to his face, you're like, yes, we'll have balloons and we'll get Cupid.
I love it. I'm so excited. Here's some Dramamine.
He was stuck on that 500 number.
I know.
500
Maybe
balloons. Had to have
superstitious.
500 balloons. Like he was going to count.
Exactly.
Spoiler alert, there were not 500. I blew up like half.
You heard it here first.
I know, breaking news.
I was just about to say.
So you guys have been on this ride for the whole time. How have your lives changed from the beginning to now?
Oh, wow. My life is so different. It's,
Really?
Yeah. Just the fact that you walking down the street, go out to dinner, and it does have a lot of great perks. You know, you get to see and meet a lot of people that you normally wouldn't be exposed to, and do a lot of things like shows like this.
Yeah,
I know.
totally.
So it's great fun.
And then has it brought in more business, as well?
Right now, I just concentrate on the show.
Okay.
That's all I do these days.
Yeah.
But I do think charter guests are now coming to book boats that were on Below Deck
sure.
because of the popularity of the show.
There's a huge segment.
There's a difference.
A
between
huge
seasons.
segment in our part of the world, in the Midwest, and they go like, "You can rent that boat,"
Right.
and they have disposable income, large quantities of it, and that's brought a whole new segment to the industry, I think.
And you're also exploring parts of the world. Usually you guys are in the Caribbean, but this year you go to Tahiti. So has that been interesting, going to kind of a new place?
Tahiti was fabulous.
Oh, so beautiful.
It's just like stepping back in time, where you go back there and you go like, wow, it's been like this for billions of years.
It's like Jurassic Park.
It still hasn't changed.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So in addition to all of that, you guys are both authors. You have a memoir coming out in this winter.
It's
out now.
Oh, it's
And
out.
It's good.
Oh, okay. Running against the tide. And tell us a little about that.
It chronicles the way I got into yachting, the steps that I'd gone through, different professions that I'd experienced throughout my career, and what finally brought me to this, and some of the trials and tribulations that I went through to get here.
And you're an author as well.
Yeah, it's kind of the same deal because, going into yachting, it's a real out of your comfort zone moment. It's a romantic comedy.
Right.
And it's great.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But it's a cool life experience when you're mixed with all these different nationalities, traveling the world, working with billionaires. So yeah.
So yeah, is it hard, like when you start a new season, you have a whole new group of people? Is it like, it kind of reminded me like a first day of school, that the first episode, you're meeting everyone, you're trying not to be too strong, but also like establish yourself.
It's like that kind of, except that in yachting, you already know that you're gonna be living and working with these people for 6 weeks.
Right.
So you start out so nice, and then as they annoy you over the next couple of weeks, then you get less nice. But everybody starts like real nice, you know? Where in normal life, you don't start out so nice because you can go home.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Captain Lee, Kate, thank you guys so much for joining us. Really, this was such a treat. Literally, such a treat. You can catch season 6 of Below Deck every Tuesday on Bravo at 9, 8 Central. That's all from us. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same table. Thanks, everyone.